Hello and welcome back to our Dwarven series where we actually attempt to, survive the early game. Yeah, okay, so it is a little bit tricky for me because we have a lot of beastmen raiders around here, we got a lot of bandits and everything, and what I wanted to do was actually show you a little bit about how I'm surviving from a monetary standpoint, because you've already seen a little bit in the previous episode, but, you know, generally I am a huge fan of I can't believe I'm saying this, really. Economics. Yes, I know. I'm a big fan of economics in games like this, and I very much appreciate this kind of simulation. I've always been a fan of that. Even when I was younger, it's actually hilarious. I don't even know how that happened, but there you go. You think you think I'd be in some kind of high-powered economics job? No, not at all. Anyway, here we go. This is amazing. Look at this. We can literally sell charcoal for 135. We can sell hardwood for 75. And now, this is what's really amazing. Look at the... Do you see that trade rumor right there? Maybe you can't see it. It says, you can buy this. You can buy hardwood for 3. Oh yeah, for 3 gold. Can you imagine literally going over to one of those dwarven towns and selling the hardwood for 3? Because you could just come over here to one of the elven towns, because this is the funny thing. I came here thinking to myself, oh yes, I'm going to buy some more grain so that I can make some more money. Because I actually attempted to go over to one of the orc towns, because someone said in the comments that you can actually buy a bunch of meat from the orc towns or orc villages and stuff like that. I did not get very lucky in that regard. I didn't get lucky. There were no pieces of meat there whatsoever. So I was like, oh, okay, well, can't really do much about that. Anyway, we are going to just sell this. We're just going to sell a huge amount of hardwood. Obviously, this is going to depreciate really, really fast. Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. We're going to have to do something a little bit different here. We're going to go for charcoal. We're going to sell charcoal instead because this sells for much more. And as you can see, both of them depreciate because obviously you create charcoal from hardwood. So that obviously makes a difference. Now, unfortunately, we're not getting a huge amount of cash here, but this is going to be enough to get me to the, to get me to the finishing line, basically. To get me to the finishing line in regards to purchasing another workshop, another wonderful workshop, and there we go. We can probably do something like that. So there's 2,000. So this is where I currently am, because I was like, okay, I'm going to go over to this grain village again, and I'm going to try and see if I can, you know, do the standard thing where we go over here, buy some grain, and then we go somewhere else. And look at that, Jarsol! There you go, Jarsol has leveled up. That is fantastic. If you say his first name, then his second name together. Oh yeah, it's crazy good, right? Yeah, it's crazy good. I know. Anyway, we're going to go in here to the village, and we're going to actually see... Oh, they're both raided. Ah, that's terrible. All right. I was actually kind of hoping that we'd be able to do something really, really sneaky right there. I was actually really, really hoping we'd be able to purchase some sheep or something like that for a really cheap price. I might be able to actually purchase... maybe I can purchase some sheep here? Yeah, I can, but it's 21. That's quite significant. I don't know. Maybe we can make this work. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to buy, I don't know, 50, right? I'm going to buy 50 of these guys, and then we'll go into our inventory, and we're literally just going to slaughter them immediately. Boom, there you go. So we now got 50 meat. Now, I'm hopeful that we're not going to eat any of this, even though we probably will, but it's okay. It's all right. If we decide to do that, then that's fine. You know, our dwarves are, you know, they're very capable. Very capable people. Ah, wait a minute. This is also rated. Okay, that is hilarious. Yeah, so a lot of the time, after the sort of initial start, you're gonna see this a lot, and that's why I was like, okay, yeah, we're probably going to want to. Well, shall we say, I'm probably going to want to show you a little bit about how I'm surviving with all these villages being, ineligible for any kind of interaction because they're obviously raided, so we can't do anything about it. Now, I did get attacked from, basically some orc raiders were around here, and they were like, oh yeah, we're going to attack you. We're gonna murder you 6 ways from Sunday. And I was like, oh, no. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, but no thank you. And then I basically just paid them. I just paid them 300 gold and then just left. Very, very nice and simple. Okay, so let's take a look at what's actually being sold here. Okay, so we got some grain. That's all right. Hardwood is actually selling for 6 here, which is obviously not exactly amazing. I mean, I don't really care about that too much. So my meat situation is going okay. I am looking for something really amazing. I mean, you can see here, look at this. I could buy some leather and then sell it at the town that we were just at for 557, which, if you think about it, is pretty good. That is a massive, massive return. Of course, there is going to be a significant amount of depreciation with each cell, which is kind of bad. Alright, so I've now arrived back at the Dwarven town, and what we're going to do is we're going to speak to this guy. Yeah, well, you obviously can't see him yet, because we're loading for some reason. Why does it take so long? Okay, so there you go. We are now going to be buying the brewery for 24,000. As you can see, I have 24,500. There we go. And this is fantastic. Now, this is exactly what we wanted. Now, what we're hopefully going to have happen here is... I need to find more grain, by the way. I need to find a grain supplier or something along those lines. That would be exceptionally good. But let's go in here and actually see whether there are... ooh, yeah, there's basically no grain. But you can see here that you can literally buy hardwood for 3. Yeah, for 3. It's so extremely cheap. It's amazing. So you could technically buy tools here. You could technically buy raw silk here as well, and you could make some really, really cool things happen. But as you can see, look at the meat. The meat that we purchased, I think, 1,000 golds worth, right? 1,000 golds worth. So let's actually see how much we can sell this for. As you can see, the first 5 literally sells for 480. So we're immediately, look at this. I'm literally able to sell all of this meat for 3,000. I purchased the sheep for 1,000, if you remember. So this is really, really good. Now, unfortunately for me, I am going to have to actually buy some grain back for 29, which is obviously not exactly great. You don't really want to have to do all this kind of jiggery-pokery stuff. Kind of annoying. But it's okay, because we've now got 3,400 instead of absolutely nothing. So that really makes a huge difference. Okay, so we now have, well, we now basically have 2 workshops, right? So this is basically my entire strategy, pretty much, with this particular character at least. Any kind of trading / smithing character, definitely, I mean, really, it just benefits so hard from having such a significant amount of workshops and various other things. You're going to get to see exactly the reason why that is over time. And that's obviously one of the things that we have to bear in mind here. This is a much slower start just because of the way that I'm playing it. You don't necessarily have to play it this way. You could easily do, you know, any number of battles. You could go into battles, you could fight some Orc Raiders and stuff like that. I have seen some Orc Raider parties, and obviously, as we've seen as well, there are some beastmen and everything. But look at how much trade skill I'm getting right now. Look at this. Look at how much trade skill I'm getting. I'm literally infinitely generating trade skill, but at the same time I'm generating obviously the money. I don't really care about the money, to be honest. The money is not really the reason why I buy workshops. I'm buying workshops because they are so extremely shall we say static. There isn't really, you know, there's no danger, right? There's no danger to owning them. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get anything here. Whoa, this is absolutely insane. This is something that I would have liked to have gotten on my Orc. Because look at how crazy this thing is. It's a 2-handed mace, a Warboss Spiky Clubber. And it can crush through, and it can do all kinds of crazy cool stuff like knockdown, and it's got 179 physical damage. I mean, really. Yeah, that's something I think that you can only get through the Traveling Merchant. I don't know. I didn't see any in marketplaces and stuff like that, so I don't know. Maybe I'm not really knowing that much about it, but yeah, anyway, yeah, so you can see here, obviously, we've got barely any grain or anything like that, and in general, obviously, it's not really going to be helping us too much. But what I would like to do, yeah, I need to find a place where we can buy some horses, because we are moving very, very slowly. As you can see, we even have a herding penalty. Look at that. We have a herding penalty right now, which is absolutely ridiculous. I am going to actually go over here and actually recruit some... Yeah, well, never mind then. Apparently, I'm not going to be recruiting any additional troops. Maybe I can go over here and recruit some additional troops. There we go. Thank you very much. Okay. Hopefully, that's going to reduce my... Yep, that reduced my herding penalty, so that's wonderful. Now we're moving at a really, really nice pace. So now the question is... Can we go through here? Yeah, I think we can go through here. Yeah, okay. So... let's take a look and actually see what is nearby, because I'm thinking right now that maybe what we want to do is we want to take a look at the marketplace over here, just go and check, And there is a sheep village here, so there is potential. There is potential for creating some meat out of the sheep. That is possible. We could go for it. Or we could just take a look and actually see what's going on, because maybe there is something really, really good here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, as you can see. And they do have meat, as you can see. And look at this. Massive, massive market for meat here. So technically, if we were to do that, we could potentially get pretty lucky. So maybe that's what we want to do. Yeah, I don't know. What I would like to do, though, is I'd like to get some armor, ideally. But, of course, at the moment, we just don't have that much cash. And I haven't gotten into any battles at all, just so you know. I haven't gotten into any battles ever. And the reason why is, well, there's not really any need. There's no need for me to do that. We are going to go into some battles, don't get me wrong. We are going to definitely do that, because what we want to do, yeah, that's not going to be good enough, as you can see right there. That literally costs 82 to buy one sheep. That's way too expensive. Yeah, so we are going to go into battles, like, for example, this one right here. This is actually a perfect battle for us to go into. Let me just very quickly spec before we do that. Okay, so mercenary connections, no, not that useful. Okay, yeah, this is actually kind of underrated. The minus 50% wages paid while waiting in settlements. In my opinion, this is probably one of the most, shall we say, underrated perks in the entire game. Just because it's so extremely active. Like, it's literally something that you're going to be doing quite often, where you're going to be waiting. Maybe you're, regenerating after a battle or whatever, and you've got an army of 400 people, and normally you'd be paying 10,000 per day. But with this, you're going to be paying 5,000. Obviously, it very much depends on how much cash you actually have, because maybe, maybe you're just rolling in it and you don't really have to worry about it, but yeah, I don't know. It feels to me like that could be pretty cool. Anyway, we're just going to be putting another point into Spellcraft here. I could put a point into Steward, but I'm thinking we're probably going to get a companion that can do Steward, or at least I hope so. I do need to spec into Athletics, one-handed, two-handed, etc., etc., but I'm just going to try to focus on leveling up our Spellcraft and Faith and all that wonderful stuff right now. I hope this guy doesn't go into the bat. Yeah, he's going to go into the battle. I'm just going to literally auto-resolve it. There is really no point in me doing anything there. That's really sad, actually. I kind of wanted to go into a battle there, but oh well, never mind. Anyway, the whole point of going into a battle with this character is to try to get things that I can smelt. Yes, I know. We're going to have a bit of a problem with that, I think. I do actually firmly, truly believe that the best course of action when you first begin as the Dwarf Runesmith is to actually become a hireling. I think that system is really, really good. Obviously, once I realized that you have to be full HP, yeah, to gain skill, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Because obviously, if you're injured, then you're not going to be doing any training, right? So yeah, anyway, point is, once I realized that was the case in the previous episode, yeah, that obviously made a huge difference. And I actually think that it is probably the best way that you can start, just purely because if your particular vassal that you decide that you want to join is someone that doesn't really get into battles that much, then you're actually going to have a great time. Because after, I don't know, 5, 10 days, maybe 15 days, you're going to be making so much cash, and you're not actually going to be spending any money, that you are going to just be rolling in it after not that long at all. And it's going to make a huge difference. It really is. And I'd highly recommend doing that if you're, wanting to get some nice cash really, really early on. Because it is going to make a huge difference. It's going to literally allow you to do, well, pretty much whatever you like after the initial start. Obviously, there is a slight issue sometimes. As I said, like, if your vassal is battle hungry and wants to immediately get into a battle over and over again, then you're going to have some issues. That's going to be a very big problem, because if they suck, as in if they go in and they're more than likely going to lose, then that's going to be a problem. Whoa, 3.6? Really? Okay, I'm actually quite surprised at that. Okay, 3.6 Renown. Let's hope that we actually get... Okay, I don't really care about prisoners, but I am going to take them because I actually do want to level up my roguery skill. I do actually want to level up my roguery skill. Okay, so actually, you know what the funny thing is? I didn't even have a look at the dwarven skill trees, or should we say upgrade trees. So we're going to take a look at them. And these guys are obviously just the... these are just the regular peasant units. They're not actually the nobles, so I have no idea what the nobles are going to be like just yet, but hopefully we'll be able to see them very, very soon. Okay, so as you can see right here, we've got the quarrelers and we have the sharpshooters. Sharpshooters are obviously using guns, and the quarrelers are using crossbows. We also have the longbeards here as well, which are capable of insane amounts of, well, I mean, one-handed, two-handed damage. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, so the question is, do we want ranged troops? Yeah, I think we want ranged troops, don't we? Okay, well, actually, they're already ranged troops. So the question is, do we want guns? I think we want guns, right? Yeah, let's do some guns. Why not? I think that sounds pretty fun. And let's go for some scouts. There we are. And there we have it. Okay, so now this is where things get pretty... Okay, never mind. I was going to say, this is where things get pretty good, because we were going to hopefully gain some weapons. But we gained 0 weapons. Yes. Are you serious? 0 weapons? Okay. I'm not entirely sure what these Bretonnian bandits were doing, but yes, that's kind of harsh. Anyway, here we go. We got more Bretonnian outlaws. These guys are definitely gonna... Oh, no, they're not. Oh, okay. I actually thought that they'd want to fight me right here, but apparently not. This is where I am, by the way. I just literally came over here, and I'm gonna go over to the nearest elven town. I could possibly go into this village for grain. That might actually make sense. We've got a bunch of... Yeah, we got a bunch of goblins as well nearby. I'd love... You know what? I don't know whether I'd love, to be honest. I was going to say, I'd love to go in against some orc raiders, but I'm thinking, that's maybe a little bit too harsh. Yeah, it might be. It might be. Anyway, we can sell hardwood here for a decent amount. We can sell charcoal here for a decent amount. Not sure if we really want to do that. Clay is actually selling at the town that we were just at for a decent amount, actually, surprisingly enough. Yeah, so I actually purchased a significant amount of iron ore, as you can tell. And I was thinking to myself, okay, well, surely the other factions are not going to be very good with iron ore, right? Well, clearly not. Clearly they're fine. Clearly they're completely fine. Okay, so we're just going to buy 75 of this thing. And then we'll just make our way back to this over here. Obviously, these are kind of low-ticket items, kind of unfortunate, but... What we are going to try to do is we'll try and see if we can maybe purchase some grain from this particular village, and we might be able to then sell it on in one of the dwarven towns for some really, really good returns. That would be pretty fantastic. Let's just see what's happening right here. We do have a herding problem right now. This is because we've lost some people, I think. Did we actually lose some people? I don't actually know. It must have been that we maybe gained some horses. That might have been the case. All right, so... We can actually sell the clay for, well, not even that much. Hilarious. Okay, yeah, that's pretty terrible. I can actually sell some iron ore here because I did actually purchase the iron ore for like, what? I think it was 7 or something like that. So we're not gaining, you know, a terrible amount. As you see, we got 4,600 now. I could also go into the tournament. Huh. Actually... Let's go into the tournament. Let's see if we can actually do it. I mean, obviously, I'm not really caring that much about the Renown. The Renown, in my opinion, for the amount of time spent, is basically pointless, by the way. And also, I don't really have any riding skill. I'm blinded. Oh, well, never mind. Okay. That guy was like, yes, I have him now. He's blinded by the sun. And we were just like, yeah, well, actually, I'm just going to use... What is going on right now? I'm just going to use their speed against them, basically, because I am so bad at this. My speed is absolutely terrible, so... Wow, I'm actually surprised I missed. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Nice, there you go. Wow, neck hit. Neck hit. We like it. Alright, now, wow, I'm actually surprised I've made it this far. And we're only getting a terrible helmet. Ugh. Okay, what a classic. Isn't that a classic? The one tournament that I'm actually capable of winning, and of course it's a terrible, terrible thing. Anyway, I did get 6 Renown for it, because I did spec into the tournament Renown increasing perk in Charm Skill Tree, so that obviously is slightly good, But just to put this into perspective, and this is the reason why I really wanted to do what I wanted to do with the workshops and getting trade skill leveled up and all that stuff. The reason why I did that is because of our renown, right? Because basically what's happening right now is because of these workshops right here, because they are profitable, right? Because they're profitable, I'm making 2 renown. I'm generating, shall we say, 2 renown per day, right? So me running around doing random stuff, basically I could just sit, you know, just sit around basically doing nothing, and I would be gaining renown. I could literally just do nothing. I could just sit there and relax. And that's actually one of the main reasons why I really enjoy the way that they've reworked in the latest version of Bannerlord. They've reworked the way that trade skill is generated, because beforehand you wouldn't actually, as far as I remember at least, you wouldn't actually get trade skill from workshops or caravans or anything like that unless you installed a mod. I seem to recall installing a mod that actually enabled caravans to give you trade XP. But yeah, anyway, the point is, now that that is actually happening, you have such a nice, consistent way of generating renown, because as I said, as soon as you get artisan community, or, and this is another thing that you can go for, obviously it very much depends on what you want to go for. If you want to go for caravans instead, you can then go for great investor. Generally, I would recommend going for great investor instead, because even despite the fact that we are making good, well, I mean, I wouldn't say we're making good money, but I would definitely say that we're making consistent gains in terms of renown. But you would be able to have 4 companions, right? 4 companions at clan tier 1, and I am clan tier 1, right? Yeah, clan tier 1. So yeah, 4 companions at clan tier 1, and that would basically allow you to have 4 renown per day, right? So 4 renown per day if you can recruit companions really easily, and then you can just get massive amounts of caravans. Obviously, you do have to have the money to do that, and the reason why I'm not doing that in this particular playthrough is because companions are very expensive in the Old Realms. And I would otherwise end up spending, I would literally be ending up spending, well, it's mostly 10,000 basically, right? Companions are 10,000 in this, most of the time, I think, on average. I think they're about 10,000. I don't think I've ever seen a companion that's less than that, but obviously I haven't really played that extensively. But anyway, the point is, having a companion be, 10,000, and then on top of that having to spend another, 15,000 for a caravan, and then you're going to have to do that 4 times rather than the workshops, where we just have the workshops just working straight away. They're just working consistently over and over again, and I personally prefer that over anything else. Now, I could sell the grain for 21 here, but I'm actually not going to do that. We're going to be placing our grain in the warehouse. And then we're gonna just go over here to our brewery, and we're just gonna say get input from warehouse, and there you go. Very nice. See, now we don't have to buy. You see, now we don't have to buy anything. Oh, I just gave all my grain and now I'm starving. That's hilarious. Okay. What a classic. That's so stupid of me. I was like, yes, give all the grain to the warehouse. Are you sure, my lord? You don't have any food in your inventory. And then we're like, yes, take all of it. And then we're just dying from starvation. That's great. Okay, so I've come here, and this is Turin. Now, I'm here mostly because I was thinking to myself, okay, well, this is pretty far away from our initial starting zone. And I thought, okay, they can't have anything super amazing here, right? No, actually they do. Look at what they have here. They have clay, flax, iron ore, even hardwood for very cheap prices, which is absolutely insane in my opinion. This is extremely good. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to purchase a bunch of flax. And I'm going to purchase a bunch of clay. I actually have clay. Never mind. Let's buy some flax, I guess. And we'll buy some iron ore as well, because I could always, put that into my warehouse if I want my if I don't want my smithy to have to buy it themselves. But yeah, the main reason why I'm here is because I actually thought, because this is an orc town, I might be able to get some good smithing on. So you could see here that we could buy simple short spears for a very cheap price, right? So I'm actually going to buy quite a few of these, and we're going to go into the smithy, and we're just going to do a little bit of smithing, just do some smelting and stuff like that. Alright, so first of all, we're just going to do some, I think, probably refining. There we go. Going to get a little bit of smithing right there. And, yeah, unfortunately, obviously, we're out of stamina. We're out of stamina already, which is, I guess, okay, because we are going to be making our way back to our dwarven town. Okay, so you remember that we can actually sell flax, or shall we say we bought flax for 3 and we can now sell it for 22, which is pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's a pretty nice, I mean, it's a small benefit, but I would definitely say that it's worth it. And we're basically covering the cost of all those spears that we purchased. So we're now going to go into the smithy and we're going to smelt some of that. Hopefully I'm back up to full stamina now. And yes, indeed, it does look as though we are. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to smelt this stuff. And we are just going to... Wow, actually, it doesn't even cost that much stamina. That's pretty nice. Okay, so let's just do this. As you can see, we're getting a little bit. We're not really getting... Wow, yeah, we are... Whoa, we're not really getting a huge amount of anything, really. But we're gaining faith skill as a result of us smithing as well. That's obviously thanks to our career options. Now, we are going to do some orders. Don't get me wrong. We are going to do this. But this is going to be extremely difficult for me right now because I just do not have the ingredients, right? I don't have the resources. But we are going to be doing this. Don't worry. I'm kind of familiar with the crafting order system a little bit. So hopefully... Wait a minute. Can I not do this? No. See, yeah. We're going to have to... Really? Ungor axe heads? Are you serious? Okay, technically the funny thing about this is that I'd be able to make this right away if I just had the parts. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to try and see if I can buy some axes. Where do I get axes from? I guess orc towns, right? Well, actually, you know what? Dwarven towns have axes too. Okay, so first of all, what we'll do is we'll just sell all of our stuff, right? Because I did fight some goblins, and basically I just auto-resolved against them, so you didn't miss anything. But I was kind of trying, if I could, to gain some weapons, but they literally dropped me basically nothing, so it was not really that useful. However, we do have some dwarven axes here. Now, the problem with these is that they are extremely expensive, as you could tell. So the problem with that is that there are so many pole arms, right? There are not much, well, variety. There isn't much variety in regards to other things. So I'm gonna purchase... Wow, yeah, that's actually quite expensive. 5 of them, really? Okay, fine. Let's do it. Let's see what happens with this. I don't have that much. We can smell. Really? They only give me iron ore? They only give me iron ore? Okay. Well, maybe we're gonna get... Oh, no, we didn't get particularly lucky with that. Ah, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, dwarven. Yes, they're gonna give me dwarven axe heads, of course. Okay, so we made it to the next level. We're actually level 15, if you can believe it. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy how fast you level up when you're doing this strategy, because as I said, I haven't gone into any battles. I basically went into one battle in this episode so far that you've seen, you know, with the manual attacking of the bonking of the stick and, you know, on the guy. But yeah, anyway, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to get insurance plan here. Generally, I don't really think I'm going to be getting any caravans. As you can see, I've got 10,000 gold right now. And I highly doubt it that this town is going to get taken anytime soon. But if it does get taken, well, I mean, 5,000 dinars return for each workshop is not really... That's not really going to do much, is it? No, that's not going to be particularly useful at all. So instead, I'm going to take insurance plan because I might actually decide that we want to go and get some caravans in the end anyway. I'm going to also get some athletic skill. Actually, I want to get some riding skill. I would like to get some riding skill. I actually don't know. Do dwarves actually ride stuff? I don't even know. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think so, because we've seen some of their units and they don't really do much. So, I mean, they don't really ride anything. So let me actually just take a quick look. I don't think there's a war boar. Okay, so apparently they ride war boars. Okay, well that's good to know, I suppose. They are extremely expensive, as you could quite clearly tell. Yeah, so the problem is I could do more smelting here, and I could just smelt some more stuff, but I'm a little bit worried about the fact that, well, it doesn't really give me anything, as you could quite clearly tell. It doesn't really give me anything at all, so this is going to be a little bit problematic. So, as you can see, oh, we are actually gaining sickle blades for two-handed polearms as well, and you can see here we're unlocking a lot of stuff for the dwarven axe handles, which is actually hilarious, because that's not something that we want to make. Ah, hello. Maybe I'm going to make... Oh, yes, I can actually make this. This is fantastic. We can actually do one of these orders. Okay, that's wonderful. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, so yeah, let me actually just create this. There we go. The client is satisfied. There you go. Very nice. Obviously, it doesn't really matter whether they're satisfied or not, but there you go. We've done one of the orders. That's wonderful. Okay, so then what about a dagger? Can I do the dagger too? Yeah, it's highly unlikely. As you can see, I'm going to need wrought iron, but we do have the ability to do this. I'm going to just do a little bit of that. There we go. And then we can forge it straight away. And there you go. The client is displeased. But that's okay. I don't really mind that. And we are, well, currently, yeah, as you can see, it has enough smithing skill to complete this order. We need 5 more to be able to do that. A two-handed axe. That's going to be insane. Need 65 more for that. And the mace, I can't do the mace because I literally just don't have any mace parts. No mace parts, that's funny. Alright, so yeah, we could potentially go and actually purchase some maces, right? I actually don't know whether they have any right here. They have some dwarven wrenches, which are maces technically, right? So, do I want to spend that amount of money on this? Not really, actually, not really. If I'm honest, not really. So, you know what? I'm going to do it just because I'm actually kind of intrigued to see if we're going to get anything for it. I mean, we could potentially do something here. We could get something. We got a warrior priest hammer handle. Ooh, unlucky. That's not really going to be that useful for me. Or actually, it is not too bad. Look at that. It is actually not too bad because we didn't have anything available to us beforehand, and now we do. So I guess that's actually kind of okay. Anyway, I'm going to just wait here for some time. I'm going to continue to wait here for some time. As you can see, we're getting 456 every single day, which I have to admit is actually pretty nice. I don't really need to worry about much at all. All I really need to do is just kind of relaxed here. Like I said, this is a very passive way of playing the game, and you can see here I'm literally almost at clan tier 2. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of a huge amount of passivity, but there isn't really much else for me to do. I guess I could try to find some orc raiders. Maybe we could try to find some. Okay, so I've traveled relatively far away now, which is not really for any particular reason. I just thought, hey, let's try and explore around a little bit, see if I can get better prices for some of these weapons. Because, as I said, I could technically go into some battles, and I think I will probably attempt to do that in just a moment, if I can find some orc raiders, obviously. But we're going to just do a little bit of smelting here, because as you can see, we're actually getting some pretty nice things. Maybe we can... okay, we might be able to make a one... Yes, we can make a one-handed sword. Very nice. Okay, let's make the one-handed sword. The client's satisfied. I'm going to get 624 for that. That's actually not too bad. And indeed, we can now do... maybe we could do one of these. No, that's going to be very, very expensive. Maybe a sword. No, we're not going to have the opportunity to do that either. As you can see, we're going to need something quite specific. Or we could just go into some battles against some beastmen. That's probably the best course of action for us to take in the first place anyway. Most of the time, beastmen don't have shields. And if we can make the most of that, we're going to have an absolutely fantastic time. So yeah, I just purchased these for about 3,000. And, well, I actually got myself a new weapon. And you're going to get to see the new weapon when we go into the battle in just a moment. Okay, here we go. This is going to be a bit of a tough one. We're in a battle against some beastmen. I actually got this from the traveling merchant. I was going to say wandering merchant. It's a flail. It's a flagellant flail, which technically should probably be used by a warrior priest or something like that. I don't actually know who's going to use this, but generally, I always like these kinds of weapons. I'm not sure why. I think it's because they just, I don't know, they feel satisfying, I guess, to use. I don't know. But blunt weapon, obviously. It's going to really make a huge difference in us taking prisoners as well. And if, well, roguery skill is always going to be nice, right? So, why not? Now, we do have basically a very, very similar party composition. Oh, they do have shields. Oh, that's annoying. They even... Is that a minotaur right there? Oh, no, that's not a minotaur, is it? Yes, it is. Oh, dear. Oh, this is going to be very bad. Okay. Well, the only thing we can do here... My career ability is not going to be that useful here, as far as I'm aware. So... we're actually doing some damage. Oh, we're actually doing some damage. Thank you. Yes, please do more of that. More explosions, please. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, my guy is absolutely terrible in actual fighting, so I'm just going to tell him to charge in now. Nice damage. Yes, there we go. Okay, that's actually working. Oh, can we do some damage? Oh, wow. Yeah, this is kind of unusual. I'm used to playing as the orc, so I'm used to being massive and everything, but now we're really, really short, and it's kind of a bit of a rude awakening here. But no, we are actually managing to achieve victory, surprisingly enough. I guess it's because of all of our wonderful, well, firing people. They're definitely weakening the opponent significantly. Now we can hopefully charge after these guys. We really don't take that much damage either from them. Oh, look at the damage. Nice. Are they going to run? Oh, nice. Hit him on the ground. Absolutely perfect. Oh, am I going to die? Maybe? Don't die now. Don't die now. Okay, if I use my ability, what does that do? I actually don't even know what it does. That's hilarious. Maybe it only works when we have some runes. I'm going to assume that might be the case. Anyway, there you go. There's the victory. Please give me something really, really good. I ended up losing 5 people, but that's okay. 9.6 Renown. Not bad. Not bad. Now, we are in a pretty, well, I'm going to say it right now, not a particularly great location. So I'm going to try to run away as soon as possible. And we're going to level up some of these guys. Yeah, the scouts, I guess. Yeah, the scouts. And let's get some of those, some of these, and there we have it. Okay, 775. We're spending quite a bit here, but that's okay. And indeed, look at that. Good amounts of prisoners too. And an amber crystal. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. And indeed, I could give myself a shield. I guess that's kind of, well, kind of pointless, I guess, but it's kind of okay. And otherwise, amber crystal, I am very, very pleased to get one of those. Okay, so I decided that I'd go back to Dwarven territory despite the fact that I really wanted to fight some more because that was actually really fun. But yeah, unfortunately, because we just have 22 people, I felt like we were going to get outnumbered really, really easily because there were a number of beastmen parties in the area that had about 60 to 70 people. And I was like, no, okay, I'm going to get out of here now. So we're just going to sell a couple of these things, only for 500, kind of sad. Actually, we're not getting that much for it. But yeah, we can obviously get some more of these if we want to. I don't think we're going to do that. We are instead going to go into the artisan district and we're going to see what we can make. Because hopefully there will be some orders that I can actually do here. Axes? No, I can't do the axes. What about two-handed mace? Yeah, I can do the two-handed mace if I actually just make a couple of these. There you go. I can do the two-handed mace really, really easily. There you go. Very nice. Managed to do that. And let me see. What about a great axe? No, we don't have that either. Yeah, no, the funny thing is this area right here, the orders in the Dwarven town, pretty hard to make that work. Kind of unfortunate, really. So, yeah, that's not really going to work out too well. However, we do have a significant amount of cash, and what's really cool is that I just advanced to Clan Tier 2, as you can see right there. So, Clan Tier 2 is going to mean that I can now purchase yet another workshop, and that means I'm going to be purchasing the wood workshop from this guy. Yes, I'm going to be purchasing the wood workshop because wood, obviously, very, very cheap in this area. If we can see here, hardwood I think is really, really cheap. Let me have a look. Yep, super, super cheap actually. And I'm thinking what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to purchase a huge amount as it is right now, just because I want to have enough to place in the warehouse. Because the funny thing is, I don't have that much grain or iron ore anymore. I could actually just place... You know what? Let's just put all of it in there. Why not? I'm just going to put all of it in there for now. Maybe makes sense. And otherwise, we now have another slot. Look at this. We now have another slot completely available here. And that's going to enable me to get yet another workshop. Unfortunately, I don't have the cash right now, I don't think. Let's have a look and actually see how much he is actually going to want. I am going to assume he's going to want at least 26,000. But I could be wrong. Let's have a look. I mean, generally, what tends to happen is if one person owns all of the workshops in one... No, he only needs 23. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, for me personally, I've seen that happen time and time again, where we've literally had, well, a number of workshops in one place, and the NPC increases the price over time. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just not going to happen here, but yeah. Otherwise, I'd like to... Yeah, wait. We're going to have to do something here. I need to find noble villages, because I want to see what the... Let's go over to the shrine, first of all, as well. There is actually a shrine right there, so I could have technically gone there to level up my my faith skill. Fosric's Fortress? Wait a minute. Is this a spellcraft thing? I think this might be a spell... Yeah, 20%. Yep, no. Never mind. Yeah, my spellcraft is way too low to do that event right now, so I won't be doing anything there, but we're going to pray to receive the blessing. I have no idea what this actually does. There we go. Is now a follower of the Grimnir, the ancestor god of war. Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty good. We got a buff, though, didn't we? We got a buff which allows our troops to deal an extra 15% physical damage. That's really nice, actually. That is an extremely good benefit. Let's go over here. I believe this is probably going to be the place that we can recruit. Yep, there we go. We got some Ironbreakers as well as Old Guards. Okay, let me actually just take a quick look here, because these guys... Okay. Okay. Yeah, these guys are actually kind of crazy. Yeah, so I'm thinking right now, I'm not entirely sure which one is going to be super good. It feels like the Iron Drakes are really good. Is that just me? Because they got guns. And then we got the Slayer. Well, are they Slayers? I know they're not. They've got the Great Hammers. Okay, so these guys are going to be absolutely insane against pretty much every single highly armored target. So I'm thinking we're probably going to go for them. So we'll go Old Guard. I think Ironbreakers into Iron Drakes probably makes sense. What are these guys? Oh, the Trollhammer. Oh yeah, someone told me, a couple of people told me about the Trollhammer, that they are AoE. I think we've seen some of these actually in action in the previous episode, where the allies actually had these available. So what we're going to do is we're going to recruit all of these. They're going to cost me, how much? 340 per one. Okay, that's quite expensive, actually. Yeah, that is quite expensive. I kind of want to, though. I kind of want to. It's 1,700. Oh, I'm making a mistake right now. Yeah, technically I should not be doing this. Technically I should be saving up, getting my workshop built, and then, you know, going on from there. But I'm kind of excited to get an army that can actually fight. You know what? I'm just going to take all of these. There we go. 5,000. Oh, I am absolutely killing myself right now. Oh, this is terrible. I'm killing my wallet. My wallet is screaming. Ah, wait a minute. Hello. The Orc Raiders might be screaming in just a second. Maybe I can actually... Can I catch them? I might be able to catch them. I highly doubt it, actually, now at this point. Yeah. Maybe. I'm going to chase them for a little bit. Okay, so I managed to actually get them in a battle because they... well, they grouped up. Yes. They grouped up with some forces nearby to them, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's okay, right? That's fine, but these are orcs, so I'm a little bit worried. But maybe we don't have to be super worried, because I do have this flail, and it does have blunt damage, so as we know, that's obviously really, really nice for us. Now, I am technically playing as the dwarves, so I shouldn't be as aggressive as I might normally be with other factions. So let me actually just see, how are we going to do this? You know what? Let's actually do this a little bit differently. We're going to go up here. Where are the enemy? Are they actually coming here? I don't even know whether they're even making their way here or not. But we're just going to do this, and then we're just going to tell these guys to go into a loose formation. The archers can go into a loose formation real quick. And we're just going to do this. There we go. Okay, so now let's have a look. No. Okay. Of course. Yeah. Exactly. I thought that they would be charging us straight away, but no, of course not. Okay, where are they? Oh, they're actually across the water. Are you serious? Are we too short to go into the water, by the way, without dying? I actually don't know. I think we should be okay. Well. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wow. Did I almost just die? Wow, okay. Yeah, maybe this is a bit dangerous. This might be a bit dangerous. Let me actually just get my forces over here. Oh, we're killing something. We're killing some stuff. Okay, that's kind of nice. I don't know whether that's I don't know whether that's going to continue, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, no. It seems like we can actually go in here. Oh, they're stuck. Oh, they're actually stuck. Okay, let me just tell my forces to charge in then, and we'll just see what we can do. I'm kind of a bit disappointed that they're stuck right now, because I would have liked to have... Yeah, as you can see, they are completely stuck. Yeah, they can't do anything here. I'm going to have to tell my archers to kind of hold position, I guess. Can I actually do damage here, or am I going to get stuck too? Oh, I'm doing damage? I'm doing damage? Okay. This is funny. Okay, this is hilarious. I'm actually not entirely sure what causes this issue right now. I don't know. Not entirely sure what causes it. Okay, so basically what we're going to do right now, the funny thing is I can actually go in here and I can then swim out. I have tested it out, so technically I cannot get stuck, but the AI for some reason has a huge problem with this. So yeah, it's actually kind of sad, because I think we would have had a really fun battle with this particular party of orcs, but you know, what can you do, right? What can you do? I kind of have to... Wait a minute, my forces are also... Oh no. My forces are not doing anything. Have you noticed? Oh dear. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have to do this myself. I literally have to just wail on them as much as I possibly can, and then I will be able to exit. I can't believe I have to do this, but there you have it. Okay, whew. I just about managed to kill them all. It wasn't obviously that close at all, because of course they were not attacking me ever. But it was a bit difficult to actually get to them, and I generally think it would have been, yeah, it would have been actually a lot of fun to fight these guys, like actually properly fight them. Oh well, never mind. We did get a gemstone, which is kind of nice. I think that's okay. And, ooh, we actually, yes, this is actually fantastic. Okay, this is great. Now we have some orcish weapons. So orcish weapons are going to make a huge difference to us, because that means that what I can do is we can now go back over here, go back into the smithy, and maybe we're going to be able to fulfill a couple of extra orders, because obviously we do have finished 15 smithing contracts. How is it that I have only done 4? I thought I did loads. Did I not do so? Did I not do more than that? I feel like I've done more than that, but okay. Okay, yeah, so this guy obviously wants me to become a vassal. I'm not going to do that just yet, because that's just fundamentally going to mess us up. I am going to become something at some point, but not right now. So let's actually just do this. There we go. Can we please? Yes, there we go. Okay, we got something for that. We got another handle for that as well. That's great. Okay, so let's actually see what we can make. We can't make a great axe. Can we make an axe? No, we still cannot make an axe. We need beastmen for some reason. I don't know why we need beastmen axes to be able to create these, but oh well, never mind. I guess that's just how it's going to have to be. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. Well, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to progress from here, but basically what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to try to do, is I'm going to wait for quite a bit of time. I'm obviously going to be running around doing things, like I'm going to trade some stuff. I'm going to, you know, try to make as much money as possible so that we can purchase another workshop, because purchasing another workshop is obviously fundamental to our strategy at the moment. Obviously being able to get that wood workshop, for example, in Karak-Izor is going to be pretty fantastic, and that's going to help us a huge amount. And as time goes on, of course, we are going to get to Clan Tier 3. Hopefully that's going to happen sometime soon. And then we're going to be able to field even more people. And then over time, of course, I'm going to try to do more smithing contracts. I don't know about learning the runes. I have no idea about the rune system or anything like that. So we're going to learn that as time goes on. Hopefully it's going to be really fun to, you know, find out all this stuff and obviously advance to the next tier of rune, what is it, rune smith, there we go, rune lord. Yeah, so there you go. Talk to the rune lord about the promotion. We are going to obviously do that, but we need to complete the first quest first, as far as I'm aware, according to people. according to people in the comments. So thank you very much for that, by the way. Otherwise, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, because stamina recovery rate is definitely what I'm going for here. And we're going to be going for additional damage, I suppose. And we'll go for some swing speed. And then we also have this. This is pretty crazy. So we can put another point into discipline here. And I guess, I don't know whether I really want to put another point into spellcraft right now, to be honest. I actually feel like maybe I'd like to put another point into one-handed, because that's currently what I'm using. Which is kind of weird. But yeah, might as well, right? Anyway, I thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time.